Hello, and welcome back to Spiritual Astrology. Today I'm going to talk to you all about Moon in Scorpio. So, this placement is quite intense. So, in traditional astrology, the Moon in Scorpio is regarded as a negative place. It's regarded as fallen or detrimental. Because the Moon is relaxed or regarded as more positive or comfortable in Taurus and Cancer. So in Scorpio, this is the opposite sign to Taurus, where, like I mentioned in my Taurus moon video, the moon and the sense of the feminine and the sense of peace find comfort and joy and sense of balance in Taurus. Now, Scorpio is the opposite of a balanced sign. Scorpio energy is probing. It's kind of the point in our life that can be regarded as the dark night of the soul. It can be regarded as the death of the body. It's what we fear, how we react to fear, how we probe the depths of our mind. It is the closet. It is the bathroom. It's where all secrets of our life can manifest. So this is the Scorpio rules over the 8th house naturally, which is the house of death and other people's possessions. So it's everything that's hidden from us until we enter a relationship. So these people are naturally intense. They are emotionally and unconsciously intense. So these people don't get shocked by much. I find I do have a lot of Scorpio moons in my life, and this is definitely a hidden energy because they will cover it up, not intentionally, but this part of themselves, their emotional part of themselves, is so deep that it's not obvious because they can't just kind of casually flit it around. These people won't talk about their emotions. They will have such deep levels and upon layers and layers and layers and layers before their emotions are revealed or even available to them at some times. But they are so emotionally aware that they don't understand how emotionally aware they are. So this may sound like a contradiction, but Scorpio is likely the most contradictive, complex, mostly contradicting sign. So it's hypocritical, contradicting. It doesn't make logical sense, but it makes a lot of emotional sense once you can probe. So these people do have a deep psychological understanding. I find the people that I know don't like to get into psychology because they usually have issues that are hidden. The people that I know that have Scorpio moon, I know like 4 or 5 of them, and they all are life path 9s. So what I view from this is that they have overcome death because the moon is kind of what I see as the past or our unconscious, and Scorpio is transformation. So these people have fought a lot in past lives. They've had a lot of intense, horrible past life experiences possibly. So in this life, it's all about kind of overcoming that. These people are generally focused on relationships, so they will have an intense, committed relationship with other people. So you see this with Scorpio Sun. Scorpio Sun people take pride in having long-term relationships. Now, Scorpio Moons are just naturally good at it. They need or should find a sense of inner balance because these people automatically and unconsciously project their emotions into other people. So if you watch my Moon in Libra video, you'll see that Libra moons naturally give their emotional needs to others. Basically, they expect other people to respond exactly like they do. They are automatically nice and giving and pleasant, and they unconsciously or automatically expect other people to be nice to them. Now, Scorpio does this in a more intense way, where they will unconsciously just be really good at relationships, and they need to kind of dig deep to see why they have emotional problems in relationships. They won't admit to them having them, because generally their egos, if it's not in Scorpio, will kind of be closer to the surface, but their emotions and their unconscious mind is deeper and hidden. These people are naturally good at solving mysteries. So I can pretty much guarantee that these people have psychic abilities, but they will most likely not want to focus on them unless there is a really good trine or sextile or just a really good connection to their Scorpio moon. And unless that's the case, there's just going to be a lot of issues. So Scorpio moons are on there's just a lot of layers and stuff there. The Scorpio moons that I know are really just positive, peaceful people on the outside. And I think I get the sense that they are old souls. I get the sense that they want to focus on positive and beautiful things, because basically their dreams or their unconscious that they're coming out of is so negative and so deep that they're automatically just raising. So these people are constantly evolving, and they're like the phoenix rising above the ashes. So generally that's such an emotional depth and strength that they automatically have. So these people may not realize how strong they are compared to other people. Generally, they have an instinct. So these people are psychic, and I find a lot of them don't consciously connect to this psychic ability. But they can have that ability. I think if they close their eyes, they can pinpoint specific things, and they'll be other people will be shocked at seeing how accurate their intuition is. Scorpio moons, I know, if they give in to their negative past, or if they think too much and focus on negativity, it will take a life of its own. And this can be also involved in other people's relationships. These people can be very possessive, but they hide it because they know instinctively that others won't like them that they're possessive, so they know it's something that should be hidden. And the problem becomes when they start to get perverted ideas on what should be hidden and what shouldn't be hidden. I find these people generally have an obsession with religion because they want to separate what is false and what is real in their religion, because they just see the problems. They see all the Scorpio, any like placement, rising or sun. Generally, they might be born into a religious family, but automatically they would not believe what they're being told, so they'll question it, and there may be guilt when it comes to getting too deep into this subject matter. And then, of course, there's always death. So death will be a very interesting thing for them, whereas most people will just kind of glaze over death. Everyone will be like, oh, death is something that happens, whatever. Scorpio will be like, that doesn't make any sense. Death is so fascinating. And they'll just instinctively know why we die, or, that kind of thing. Scorpio moons do have an intense ability to see distinction. So they will kind of, in my opinion, they probably see colors more distinctively. It's kind of like their whole world is colored in very distinctive shades. So everything is separate, but everything's intense. So nothing is just shallow for them. So these people will not cry over something stupid. Like any Scorpio placement, the Scorpio moon, they can't get over anything, like ever necessarily, until it is completely focused on. And they will not automatically readily show their feelings to other people, because feelings are something that's more in depth than anything else. So, I'm sorry, my cat is just crazy. I think I explained it as much as I could. I feel like I definitely forgot a few things. But yeah, just think, emotions are our mental state. I mean, the moon's our mental state. It's our emotions. Scorpio is psychology and probing and intensity. But it's also hidden. Any water sign is not shallow. So whereas I think air moons will kind of just be like, oh, I totally cried. And air moons will just go from one extreme to the next with no grounding. Water moons or water sun sign people have such an emotional depth that it's kind of an unspoken truth. These people will not speak of their emotions like an air sign moon. Like, I'm a Gemini moon, so I want to speak about if there's something bad going on in my life, it will just be too heavy, so I need to let go of it. I just need to talk about it. It's so different with Scorpio moons. They want to linger in that feeling because that feeling is intense, and they need to really make sure that it dies before it's gone. Alright, thank you for watching, and just continue watching the rest of my videos, and I hope you enjoy.